Hi all, welcome to the second video of this graph series, that is graph representation. So what is graph representation? So if I have a graph here, then I need to convert it as a data because this graph is just a pictorial view. So I need to convert it as a data to work on that. So to represent a graph as a data is known as graph representation. And how you will represent a graph, that is totally depend upon the situation. So in some operations, maybe we have to represent in a certain manner, and for some other purpose, we have to represent in some different representation. So two famous representation or popular representation of graph is one is adjacency matrix and another one is adjacency list. So what are those? We will see next. So first I will start with adjacency matrix. Adjacency matrix is a 2D array of size v cross v, where v is the number of vertices in a graph. So here, if you see, one graph is present, and this is the array representation of that. So it's a 2D array where all the nodes are present horizontally and vertically. Then if a connection is exist between them, then we'll mark it as 1, and if there is no connection between them or no edge is present, then we'll mark it as a 0. So here I formed a V cross V matrix where actually it is denoting the vertices. So 0, 1, 2, 3, I have total 4 nodes that I have denoted here, and this area also. So now if I have a connection between them, then I will place a 1 here, and if there is no connection, then it will be a 0. So obviously 0 to 0 there is no connection, it will be a 0, and 1 to 1 also it will be 0, then 2 to 2 also 0, and 3 to 3 also it will be 0, because all the diagonals will be 0, because same point to same point there will be no connection, we are not considering. Now if you see, from 0 to 1 there is a connection, then I will place 1 here. Then 0 to 2 also there is one connection, then I will place 1, and 0 to 3 also there is a connection. Now for 1, if you check, from 1 to 0 also obviously the connection is present, and from 1 to 2 connection is there. 1 to 3 there is no direct connection, so we'll put a 0 here. Then from 2 to 0, yes, there is a connection exist, and from 2 to 1 there is one connection is there, and 2 to 3 there is no direct connection, then we will put a 0 there. 3 to 0 connection is present, 3 to 1 connection is not there, 3 to 2 connection is not there. So this is the complete structure of a adjacency matrix. So the next statement is adjacency matrix for undirected graph is always symmetric. What that means? So if we put a line on the diagonal part, then we can see these two sides are symmetric. Means if you put a mirror here, it is just a mirror image, because 1 and 1 is same, then here is 1 present, then this side, then 2, 1, 2, 1, 0, 0, like that way. Why it is so? Because for undirected graph, 0 to 1 and 1 to 0 both are same, and we have an entry for both. So here if you see, for 1 to 0 I have entry as 1, for 0 to 1 also I have the same entry. Same way, 2 to 0 is 1, 0 to 2 is 1. So that way both sides it is similar. So that's why it is said like adjacency matrix for undirected graph is always symmetric. Okay, what will happen if we have a weighted graph? So how we will represent that? So for weighted graph, instead of 1, we can mention the weight itself, like this. So if the weight between 0 to 3 is 7, we can directly mention it here, 7. So what are some pros and cons of using adjacency matrix, that we will see now. One thing is, it is easy to implement and follow, obviously, because we have to draw a 2D array, and there actually we can mention if it is present then 1 and the age is not present, then it's 0. So it is very much easy to implement and follow also. Removing an age will take O1 of time. So if I have to remove this age, 1 between 1 and 2, then we have to just mark that area as 0 in this matrix. Then it will be considered as the age is removed. If we need to find if an edge is present between two vertices, that is easy and can be found in O1 time. Obviously, suppose it is asked like if there is any edge present between 1 or 3, then we can go to 1 and 3 and I can check it is 0, or maybe we can go to 3, 1, it is 0. That means there is no edge present between these two vertex. Next is adding an edge will take O1 time. So if I have to add an edge, that will take 1 of time, because if edge is not present, then I have to go to that position and I have to make this 0 to 1. Then one edge will be established there. Okay, now what are the cons? Consumes more space, OV square. So if I have total 5 nodes, or here actually it is 4 nodes, then it will take 4 cross 4 means 16 spaces, because it's a 2D array. So if I can see here, it's a 16 space it is taking. So why it is telling it is consumes more space? Because if you see in diagonal, there is no use of this one, because obviously from same point to same point that connection will be 0. Okay, so why to take extra space to denote that thing? To maintain symmetry, actually you have to keep this thing, otherwise there is no use of same point to same point connection. Obviously that will be a 0. Then for undirected graph, as it is symmetric, that means both sides we have same data, so we are repeating the data actually. So that's why it consumes more space. Next point is, even if the graph contains less number of edges, it consumes the same space. So if we have less edges also present, but as the nodes are present, we have to maintain them in the 2D array. So if this edge is not present or this edge is not present, maybe 2 edges will be reduced from the graph, but still also we have to denote them 0 and make this symmetrical format. Next is, if we add a new vertex, it will take OV square time. So suppose I have to add a new vertex 5, then how much time it will take? That is said as OV square time. Why it is? Suppose here this is the original graph, and then I have to add one more vertex, that is the 5th vertex. So then I have to initialize another 2D array with one more space. So for that purpose I need a larger 2D array. Okay, now it will have more number of spaces. So that is actually, now from 16 I need 25 spaces. Okay, and then I have to copy this whole structure here. That will take OV square of time. So deleting a vertex will also take OV square of time. So deleting means just opposite of these things. So we have to delete one vertex, then we have to reduce the size, and we have to copy the existing things from here to the original one. Now we will discuss what is adjacency list. So adjacency list will be represented as an array of lists. So adjacency list is another way of representing graph. So how it will look like, first we will discuss, then I will come to these points. So this is the same graph. Okay, so now how we can represent it as an adjacency list? So first, it is a array of lists. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Total I have 4 number of vertex. So I will denote this, and each vertex area that will be denoted as a linked list or maybe array list, where the connections will be mentioned. Suppose 0. 0 is attached with 1, 2 and 3. So I will form a linked list. There it will be tell us first node as 1, then it is connected to 2 also, then it is connected to 3 also. For 1, it is connected to 0 and 2. So it is represented as 0 and then next 2. Then 2 has connection with 1 and 0. That is also maintained. 3 has only connection with 0. That is also maintained. So actually it is an array of linked list. That means the array length will be the number of nodes. So now if we compare the space complexity with adjacency matrix, then what we can see here, total number of space it took is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so previously it was 16. Okay, so that way we can say like space wise adjacency list took less space. Now if we come to these points, then you can see the size of the array is equal to the number of vertices. But actually I just now I told, the size of the array will be same as the number of vertices. And this representation can also be used to represent a weighted graph. So for adjacency matrix, the weighted graph, what I did is, instead of 1, we put the weight of the graph. So for this case, as it's a linked list, so what we can do is, we can represent a age, one class, instead of directly integer. There I can mention the node ID, then the weight of the graph, and then what is the next node. So now we can discuss what is the some pros and cons of adjacency list. Obviously it saves some space, because for adjacency matrix the space are more. And in the worst case scenario also, suppose we have a complete directed graph, that means if we consider this part only, not the 3, then it's a complete graph, means each and every node is connected with other node with an edge. Here actually if it is a direction also given, suppose I have connection with 0 to 1, then 1 to 0 also, then total number of edges will be 1, 2, 3 into 2, 6. Then also it is saving some space, means in case of adjacency matrix it will take 9 spaces, but it is taking here 6 spaces only. That means 9 is square of 3, and for the 6 will be needed for adjacency list only. So that case it will be the square of 3 minus 3, v square minus b, that is 9 minus 3, that is 6. And adding a vertex is easier. So if I have to add a new vertex, I have to just mention it here, the new vertex, or anywhere in between, and then from whom actually the connection is there, we can go and just replace that, or we can place that in between. So what are some cons or disadvantages? Like searching, like whether there is an edge from vertex A to B is present or not, that will take OV of time. So in case of adjacency matrix, that was in O1 of time. But here if I have to tell is any edge is present between 1 and 0, then what we can do is, we can go to 1, then within this linked list we can search if 0 is present or not. So as it is the first element, then we are getting in less time. Suppose if we have to find a connection is present between 0 to 3 or not, then we have to come to 0, then we have to search for 3. Yeah, 3 is present, that means there is a connection between 0 to 3 is present. So I have to traverse the whole linked list. So that's why it is taking OV of time. So that's all about adjacency list and adjacency matrix. So I will upload more videos about it, like how to add a vertex or how to remove a vertex, and how to represent few other things that will become as some problems. Okay, so that's all about adjacency list and adjacency matrix. Thanks for watching.